24 minutes on to 7 o'clock. Good morning to you, Grenada, Carrier, Cupidi, Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean. Good morning to those of you out there in the diaspora. How are you doing today? Hope you had a great night's rest. If you had that luxury of rest. Most importantly, I hope you are well. And as Pastor Fletcher always says, if you're not doing all right, you're still not doing too bad, all right? Yulin Alexander, Veronica Sandy, Mildred Smith, good morning to you and Shem. Jillian McIntyre, Monica Miros Williams. Good morning to all you wonderful folks. Folks, I haven't heard or seen Yoland Swan in recent times. Is Yoland okay? Yoland, please touch base. Sylvina Charles, good morning. Mary E. Banks.
Now, humble ourselves and
23 minutes on to 7 o'clock. Good morning, Grenada, for today, Thursday, the 3rd day of April. 2025 is the year. Of course, you know the name, right? Nice. Good. Joan Brathwaite Batson says, good morning, Mr. Joseph and the dedicated listeners and viewers. Greetings from Pompano Beach in Florida. How's Florida today? While they let me say good morning to Kathy and Adams, Kenneth, Solange, and Zuri, and all you wonderful Grenadians residing in Florida. There's a high Cuban population there as well. Good morning. Buenos dias. Destined to win overcomer says, good morning. Have a wonderful and productive day. Thank you very much. Let's head into the word of the day. The word of the day today. That word is frivolous. 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 It is spelled F-R-I-V-O-L-O-U-S. Frivolous. And it means lacking seriousness. Lacking seriousness. Here's how we can use that word in a sentence. His frivolous spending habits worried his parents.
oh Lord, forgive me of my sin.
His frivolous spending habits worried his parents. His lack of serious approach to spending. Yeah.
Father,
Spendthrift.
so many times we have failed you.
Nice.
We have offended you in our thoughts, words, and deeds.
Good morning to the folks on the Sister Isles of Carriacou and PD Martinique. How are you doing this morning?
We have ignored your word that commands us to love.
Cicely Blackman, good morning. Veronica Sandy.
We come before you. For some
Veronica is saying happy birthday to her brother Easton Sandy. Happy birthday, Easton.
we confess our sins
Tell me where the party's at, all right?
to you, Lord.
I love fruitcakes.
So God, and burn out all of
Yeah, it's 21 minutes on to 7. Good morning to all the busmen, all the drivers, the conductors, and most importantly, the passengers. Somebody's gonna dance, yeah? Who's dancing? Huh?
Holy Spirit, take my soul. Holy Spirit, fill
Reminding you, it is always a good day to have a good day. Once you've got life, there's hope.
my soul.
Nice. Good morning to you, Mr. and Mrs. Dick and the family. Hope you all doing fine. The folks inside of Tobago, Trinidad, good morning. St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Michelle Forsyth, good morning. Nice. Thursday. Some folks call it the primary school intercall. Well, the next primary school games, they're on. And of course, St. Andrew is defending in a big way, as Donald would say, bigly.
Captivating grace. Just like your prophet.
Reverend Samuel Caesar, good morning to you and the folks in East Flatbush at Crossroads Radio. Good morning. How are you doing, Papi? You all right? Stay humble and blessed as always, yeah? Rico Andrew, good morning. Nice. Spice Queen, how you doing? Yesterday, a Spice Queen came on. A certain individual was talking, and she said, "NASA." Rochelle Cummings, good morning. Nice. Nadisha, good morning. Let's see what's the motivational tip of the day. Debbie, good morning to you and the family. Kitty Cat, good morning. Alwyn, Ariel. Trust the process. Now understand that success takes time. Trust the journey and know that every effort counts. Understand that success takes time. Trust the journey and know that every effort counts. Nice. Trust the process. Some folks say the black man has it even harder, boy. That's kind of racist, but sometimes we tend to believe that. But in the final analysis, I do know that hard work, dedication, and determination pays off. Stick to itiveness. That's what Mr. Childs always said in POB classes. You want to remember something, you want to understand something, review it. Stick to it. Yeah, there's a process called stick-to-itiveness. Corinth, good morning. Syracuse, good morning. Providence, Don, Let, and family, good morning. Let's see what's buzzing this morning. Good morning, good morning. All right, the government increases support to farmers. That's locally. In the region, we hear that the World Meteorological Organization retires hurricane names after a devastating 2024 season. Internationally, Trump announces 10% tariffs on UK and 20% on EU. That was in a watershed moment for global trade, man. This guy is a great guy. And in sports, Grenada Football Association aims to reshape football in Grenada. That's good. I want to say good morning to Troll and Janice out there in Balthazar. We call up the Canblaye. Good morning, Canblaye, right? The entire village of Canblaye. Couldn't be with you on Saturday as promised, but you know, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Troll and Janice, I'm so proud for you, man. Brittany is starring. Akim and all the other children, good morning. Agatha Watts says, good morning, Grenada. Blessings to everyone watching from Columbus, Ohio. How's Columbus? Whenever I hear that name, I remember history. Christopher. Again, I want to extend deepest condolences to the families of Joan King in Moya and also Viola Bowen in Grand Bras. I'm seeing a friend of mine, an acquaintance from Sates. I can't remember his right name, an old McDonald College student. We call him Pipe. He's been a teacher. I'm seeing him in the obituaries. I'm going to stop watch this thing. I look again this morning. I saw another friend of mine from Birch Grove, a bus driver. He drove bus for Theo. Oh my goodness, man. Nonetheless, the Lord giveth and he taketh. What is important is how we live now. Not asking you to be perfect. I can't be perfect. I'm very, very certain about is that every day that I wake, I pray. And I say, let me be a better person than I was yesterday. That's all, you know. And I strive towards that. I trust the process. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's time for us to take that break. We've got the AM edition of News, Sports, and the weather coming right up. Natalia Ross, good morning to you.
Served Grenada for decades. We are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wire and accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grenada and St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
Get ready, Grenada. The Maggie King of the Grill is back and bigger than ever. On Saturday, June 7th, Monroe's playing field transforms into the ultimate battleground for grill masters. Think you got what it takes? Then fire up those grills and show your skills. Registration closes Friday, April the 11th, so don't miss your chance to compete for that sizzling prize and bragging rights. It's food, fun, and flavor, all powered by Maggie. To register, call 407-8458. Maggie King of the Grill, where flavor rules. See you.
This is the GBN Morning News for today, Thursday, April 3rd, 2025. Coming up in the news, government increases support to farmers. In the region, the World Meteorological Organization retires hurricane names after devastating 2024 season. Internationally, Trump announces 10% tariffs on UK and 20% on EU in watershed moment for global trade. And in sports, Grenada Football Association aims to reshape football in Grenada. We've got the details to these and more after these messages.
Grenada is indeed beautiful and worth exploring. We firmly believe that you should be allowed to do so. Why not explore Grenada with James Services Corp Off-Road Tours? Whether you decide to explore Grenada with your family, spouse, or large group of friends, we are ready to welcome you. Our tours are guaranteed to leave you with wonderful memories of Grenada if you are visiting and excitement if you live here. Book a tour with us now by visiting our website www.jamessvcs.com. Call 1473-442-3769 or email info@jamessvcs.com. James Services Corp Off-Road Tours.
I am Dennis James Williams, owner and director of James Services Corp. Looking forward to welcoming you to the beautiful island of Union to explore with James Services Corp Off-Road Tours. See you soon.
Explore our beautiful island of Grenada from an angle that is unique and off-road, but equally fun. We are 100% family-friendly tours.
ACB's me, start, manage, expand. Don't call me small. I'm dreaming big. I'm gonna have it all. ACB's me, start, manage, expand. Taking on all my competition, got the whole bank's attention. ACB, best financial solution. My business has a good reputation. Ready for success? Call us at 444-4919 or visit us at acbonline.com to learn more. ACB's me. Start, manage, expand your business today.
Good morning. With the details, I am Gordon Joseph. The Ministry of Agriculture is increasing its support to farmers by reviving its farm machinery unit. Originally operational in 2005, the unit became inactive due to lack of funding. Now reinstated, it will provide various machinery services to farmers across the island upon request through the Ministry of Agriculture. The ministry's Permanent Secretary Isaac Bagwan made the announcement yesterday.
government have taken a policy decision to reintroduce the farm machinery unit. And under the World Bank project, we have done just that. So this Friday, we'll be having the official launch of the farm machinery unit. And the machines have been here for the past 2 weeks. We have done all the training with the operators. We have already worked with Extension Division in terms of identifying farmers and so.
Bagwan stated that the financial support from the World Bank, the ministry has already acquired several pieces of heavy machinery to facilitate the project's rollout.
So we have quite a bit of equipment. So we have at least 4 plows, different size. We have the small ones and the large one. We also have procured a tractor. We also have a crane truck that we have procured to be able to transport the implement. We have 20 power tillers, shredders, misblowers, pruners, chainsaw, etc. So all that becomes a part of the farm machinery unit.
Bagwan also emphasized that while the services provided by the unit will not be free, they will be offered at a subsidized rate to make them more accessible to farmers.
I want to say also that the service is not totally free. We get the final green light from Cabinet in terms of the fees that we'll be charging. Then we could be able to indicate that to the public. But I would say to you that it costs you an average of $125 per hour from the private sector to come to your farm to plow. Part of it would be probably a $50 towards the mobilization fee to get the equipment
to the farm.
Exactly. So that we are in fact considering not having a mobilization fee and to pay just for the time that the machines would have plowed and it. So
Isaac Bagwan there, PS in the Ministry of Agriculture. The Office of the Attorney General and Ministry of Legal Affairs has officially relocated to its new home at the old NIS building on Melville Street in St. George. At the opening ceremony, Attorney General Claudette Joseph welcomed the transition and commended the staff for their patience, resilience, and commitment throughout the process.
We look forward to doing great work for the people of Grenada, rendering top quality advice so that the people's work can be done with competence and with comfort that the government is at all times doing the right things legally and not getting into any trouble with the citizens or other entities.
The move comes after operating from a space previously deemed unfit for service, ensuring a safer, more suitable environment for both staff and the public. Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell said he is happy with the move as it will promote productivity in the workplace.
I am elated that I said to PS, this looks rather fancy on the way in. I'm elated that you are in better premises. Clearly, we should not have people working in environments that are not conducive to their health first and foremost, and to a productive work environment and to building the relationship, because we spend a lot of time at work. Perhaps in a concentrated manner, we spend more time at work than at any other single place. So it's important to make sure that the environment is right. We know we've had challenges, I think, with all government ministries. Government has finite resources, and Grenada has been through tough economic times where tough decisions had to be made about what you prioritize and what you not prioritize. So I think anytime there's an opportunity for us to ensure we can prioritize the working environment of the persons who work to build the country, we should certainly do so, because there may be other times when we can't afford to do so. And it's important that we think a bit more long-term and more strategic by making sure we look for quality rather than expediency. So I'm happy.
And finally, the Office of the Prime Minister is urging the public to remain vigilant against the increasing number of internet scams targeting ministers of government, public officers, and businesses. Scammers are increasingly using sophisticated tactics and AI tools to exploit unsuspecting victims online. Protect yourself by being informed and cautious. Common internet scams to watch for include phishing emails or messages, which are fraudulent emails or texts that appear to be from trusted organizations such as banks or government agencies requesting personal or financial information, grants and financial support scams, online shopping scams, investment and job offer scams. Please verify the source. Be cautious of unsolicited emails, calls, or messages. Contact the organization directly through official channels to confirm authenticity. Think before you click. Avoid clicking on links or downloading attachments from unknown or suspicious senders. Secure your information. You can do so by never sharing sensitive information such as passwords or social security numbers via email or text. Use strong passwords, all right, and keep a software updated. Now, if any such scams are detected, citizens are asked to contact the Cybersecurity Incident Response Team, that's CSIRT, of the Ministry of Information and Communications Technology. CSIRT Grenada will continue to closely monitor cyber threats and provide further advisories as they become necessary. That concludes the local segment of news. Stay with us, the regional and international news, along with the sports and the weather. They are straight ahead. In the region, the World Meteorological Organization, the WMO, has permanently retired the names of Beryl, Helen, and Milton from its Atlantic hurricane list and John from the Eastern Pacific list. And that's due to the severe destruction and the loss of life these storms caused during the 2024 hurricane season. In their place, Brianna, Holly, and Miguel will be introduced to the Atlantic naming system, while Jake will replace John in the Eastern Pacific. The 2024 hurricane season was particularly active, marking the 9th consecutive above-average season with 18 named storms, 11 hurricanes, and 5 major hurricanes, Category 3 or higher. Michael Brennan, chair of the WMO Hurricane Committee and director of the Regional Meteorological Specialized Center in Miami, highlighted the committee's crucial role in preparing for the 2025 hurricane season. He said, providing early warnings for all and reducing the impacts to life and property from these dangerous storms remains a top priority. Looking further afield, U.S. President Donald Trump announced a universal 10% tariffs on all imports into the U.S., and that will go into effect on Saturday, April 5th, in a watershed moment for global trade. The U.S. will also hit certain countries with steeper tariffs based on U.S. trade deficits as high as 50%. These begin Wednesday, 9th April. Trump says the UK will have a 10% tariff on goods and the EU's rate will be 20%. In a speech at the White House Rose Garden, Trump called it Liberation Day and says it will start a golden age for America. The president hits out at major trade partners, Canada and Mexico, saying that trade practices are not fair. Trump also announced the 25% tariff on all foreign-made vehicles is now in effect. Amazon has made a last-minute bid to buy TikTok, which faces a U.S. ban if not sold by its Chinese owner, the New York Times reported on Wednesday. The offer arrived in a letter to officials involved in talks regarding the sale of TikTok to appease U.S. national security concerns, according to the New York Times. President Donald Trump has downplayed risks that TikTok is in danger of being banned in the United States, saying he remains confident of finding a buyer for the app's U.S. business by a Saturday deadline. That concludes the regional and international news. Stay with us. The sporting highlights are straight ahead. Good morning, sporting fans. The Grenada Football Association, the GFA, has taken a major step in nurturing young football talent across the island with the introduction of its Talent Department Scheme, the TDS. This initiative aims to reshape the football landscape in Grenada by providing structured training and development opportunities for emerging players. To ensure accessibility and widespread participation, the TDS program has been launched at 4 key locations: Plains in St. Patrick, Tempe Playing Field in St. George, Cuthbert Peters Park in St. John, and Victoria Park in St. Andrew. Leading the initiative is TDS coordinator Jerry Alexis, whose expertise and passion for football will be instrumental in guiding the program through its early stages and ensuring long-term success. While the talent development scheme has been welcomed with enthusiasm, the GFA acknowledges the challenges ahead. However, the organization is dedicated to overcoming these obstacles, improving the program continuously, and gaining community support to maximize its impact on Grenada's football future. Additionally, the GFA plans to expand the talent development scheme to include female footballers and goalkeepers, ensuring that all positions on the field receive the attention and training they deserve. This expansion underscores the association's commitment to fostering a diverse and well-rounded pool of talent. As these plans unfold, the talent development scheme is set to become a cornerstone of football development in Grenada, creating new opportunities for aspiring footballers across the nation. That's the sports at this time. We'll have more sports for you during our luncheon edition. Stay with us. The weather forecast is up next. And folks, for the latest weather forecast, we join forecaster Tricia Miller at the forecast desk at the Morris Bishop International Airport. Good morning, Tricia.
Good morning to you and good morning to you listeners of GBN. It's a fair morning here at the airport. Winds are from the east at 13 miles per hour. Barometric pressure 1014.8 millibars, which is above the mean, and it's rising. Present temperature 26.8 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity 74%. Yesterday's maximum temperature was 30.2 degrees Celsius, and the minimum temperature last night was 25.9 degrees Celsius. Over the past 24 hours, no rainfall was recorded here at the MBIA, and there was no rainfall recorded for the month so far. Now the public forecast valid for today and tonight for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. The weather is expected to be partly cloudy and windy, with light to moderate afternoon and nighttime showers. Winds northeasterly to easterly at 15 to 25 miles per hour, gusting higher at times. Today's maximum temperature is expected to get up to 30.5 degrees Celsius. Seas moderate to rough, waves 7 to 11 feet in open waters. A marine advisory remains in effect. Tides will be low around midday and high about 6 p.m. Sunset this evening, 6:18. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 6:01. So just to recap, the weather is expected to be partly cloudy and windy, with light to moderate afternoon and nighttime showers. From the Met Office, Tricia Miller.
Thank you very much, Tricia. Have yourself a wonderful day now.
Thank you. Same to you.
Folks, the weather forecast came to you with the kind compliments of Rennick & Thompson Company Limited.
Keeping up with the kids' growth spurts might mean time for a bigger fridge. Don't worry, at Quartz, we've got you. Need to upgrade your home? Get new arrivals in dining. Plus, buy more and save more on bedroom sets and get an additional 10% on credit purchases of any bedroom set. Want quality products that provide value at the best prices backed by full warranty? We've got you. Plus, shop today and pay later with Quartz Ready Finance. Whatever you need, we've got you. Only at Quartz, bringing value home.
5 minutes after 7 o'clock. To end the news, a recap of the headlines. Government increases support to farmers. In the region, the World Meteorological Organization retires hurricane names after devastating 2024 season. Internationally, Trump announces 10% tariffs on UK and 20% on the EU in a watershed moment for global trade. And in sports, we heard that Grenada Football Association aims to reshape football in Grenada. That has been the morning edition of news for today, the 3rd of April 2025. On behalf of the entire news department, I'm Gordon Joseph, thanking you for listening, wishing you a productive day, and extending the invitation to you to stick and stay with the network, because we are with you anywhere and everywhere.
The Grenville Cooperative Credit Union introduces its new digital platform, managing your finances at any time from anywhere.
As a part-time student, balancing work and studies can be a real challenge. But with GCCU's digital app, these worries are no more. My parents can now remotely transfer funds to my account and I can check my balance at any time, giving me the freedom to achieve my goals.
My days can be long and tedious. With this app, I can ensure my loan is paid on time, transfer funds to someone else's account, and check my balances. I don't have to rush to do business during my lunch hour or after work anymore.
With this app, I can request checks to pay my suppliers, letters for my business transactions. I don't have to leave my farm to go stand in line.
The Grenville Credit Union digital platform. It's convenient and secure banking right at your fingertips. Download the app today from the Play Store or App Store, or call 442-8602, 459-4325, or 416-8467 for further information.
Agritech Limited Grenada is your one-stop shop for all your farming needs. We provide seeds and seedlings, pesticides, fertilizers, irrigation and water management systems, veterinary products, and a wide range of agricultural products and implements. Our staff is knowledgeable and ready to serve you. Call us on 435-9677 or 440-4460 or visit us in Happy Hill, St. George. We are open Monday to Saturday, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Sundays, 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. Agritech Limited Grenada. Come grow with us.
Mobility, a common theme woven into the very fabric of human history. From ancient wanderers to modern explorers, our instinct to move, to seek something greater, and to grow has always driven us forward. Imagine a journey into pathways of boundless opportunities and endless possibilities. A collective future where the vibrant rhythms of the Caribbean, rich culture, and welcoming community create unforgettable experiences. Beyond citizenship by investment, we believe in our collective investment of time, resources, and energy that fosters innovation, creates jobs, and enriches lives, driving the growth of an entire nation. The Investment Migration Agency Grenada boasts over a decade of exceptional service and remains committed to guiding you toward global mobility and economic freedom through investment. Your journey becomes our shared story of progress and prosperity. This is an invitation to be part of something greater, something enduring. Begin your journey at imagrenada.gd. IMA Grenada. Unlock the possibilities.
GBN presents the 2025 Maggie King of the Grill, Saturday, June 7th, Monrouge Plainfield from 11 a.m. Our partners, Maggie, the secret of great flavor, Grenada Distillers Limited, makers of Clark's Court, Grenada's #1 rum, Grenada Paper Products, makers of Cherish, Spring Soft, Harbour Bay, and Super Value Toilet Paper, and Royal, Quick and Easy, and Horizon Paper Towels, Budget Foods Inc., Classic Lighting, and Blue Bubbles PA Rental and Event Supplies. It's the 2025 Maggie King of the Grill, where flavor rules.
ATB's me, start, manage, expand. Don't call me small. I'm dreaming big. I'm gonna have it all. ATB's me, start, manage, Taking on all my competition, got the whole bank's attention. ACB, best financial solution. My business has a good reputation.
Ready for success? Call us at 444-4919 or visit us at acbonline.com to learn more. Start, manage, expand your business today.
Attention all divers, snorkelers and underwater enthusiasts. Effective May 15th, 2025, all visitors to the renowned Mullinair Underwater Sculpture Park will be required to pay a small fee of US $3.50 or EC $10 per person. These fees are essential to support the ongoing maintenance and repairs of the sculptures, as well as the development of new features to ensure the park remains a world-class attraction. Payment can be made through the Grenada Tourism Authority's online payment portal, available on the Pure Grenada website, www.puregrenada.com. We thank you for your support in enhancing this extraordinary underwater product. This announcement is brought to you by the Grenada Tourism Authority and the Ministry of Tourism, dedicated to protecting and conserving Grenada's resources for the enjoyment of all.
All right, welcome viewers and listeners to the conversation this morning. We start off with speed. Yeah, 13 minutes after 7. You know, we usually start around 7:15, but we're starting fast this morning. So to start fast, we've got members and representatives from the Grenada Motor Club. Good morning, Mr. Jeremy Peters and Mr. Llewellyn Duncan. How are you guys?
Good morning.
Yeah, I like that blend there. I want to make sure that I hear you clearly. All right, how has the Motor Club been doing?
Well, the Motor Club has been doing well, I must say, over the last year. Last year we had a very successful year. We had 2 very good events. Yeah, you know, they were really epic. If you missed it, you really missed some of the best events for the Caribbean drags during the year. Last year we had 2 great international events with very good turnouts, plenty of spectators, plenty of action. We had some really nice cars here earlier in the year, and then later in the year the action was even greater. And so this year we want to bring that same kind of momentum into 2025, as we have, you know, many great and new developments that, you know, Jeremy will talk about later. But it's been going good for us so far. Motorsport here in Grenada is definitely growing. We're seeing more and more support from spectators and from, you know, even the international community of, you know, YouTubers, vloggers, media persons showing a lot of high interest in the activities here in Grenada.
So is it safe to say that motorsport in Grenada could become as popular as cricket and football in the not too distant future?
Yeah, man. I would say even more yeah. Confidently. I can say that.
Yeah.
All right. Jeremy?
Funny enough, I could blatantly say this very easily. The 2 sports that I really see that has a massive crowd following in Grenada right now is actually football and when we have drags.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, it evidently it's right now is a shift in generation, the interest in generation. I mean, I'm also a passion. I grew up with cricket, and I had a passion for cricket with my father. But unfortunately, I realized that you find a lot more of the younger generation is gravitating to the aspect of motorsport, and also athletics. The three sports.
Yeah, we're into the generation of speed.
Speed, yeah.
These young guys and them. I mean, I do hope, right? I do hope that while we want to see the development of the motorsport sector in Grenada, but I hope that in executing your functions and events and so forth, you really talk to prospective motor racers and so forth and caution them that leave the racing for the track and not necessarily the nation's roads.
Yeah. Well, we always I'll be very, very, that always has a correlation between each other, which is totally a disconnect. Funny enough, the persons who participate in our events are not even, you'll be very surprised, they own very slow cars and they don't actually, do any kind of stuff on the road like that. It is a totally different between motorsport and what happens on the nation roads. I mean, what we try to advocate is that you have racing on track. That's the reason why we have that particular venue for that, and whatever happens on the road,
it's different.
Yeah, we call it drive on the road, race on the track.
I like that. It sounds good.
Yeah.
I do hope that they listen. I also follow you a bit, right? Something historic has happened as it relates to the motor club, the Grenada Motor Club, in that you were you joined a regional or international organization, racing something. I can't remember the fine-tuned details of it, but.
Yeah, that is actually the Caribbean Championship. It's a Caribbean Championship series. It's put on by, it's something called CDRC. I should say the World Federation, the World Automotive Federation, would have sanctioned this particular event. And right now, it's a whole thing that's going on in the Caribbean right now. It's Trinidad and Tobago, Guyana, Barbados, Jamaica. So it's more or less it's like athletics. It's a World Cup. It's a World Cup of automotive racing. Yes.
So it's like FIFA.
Yeah. So somewhat like
it's
FIFA.
Actually sanctioned by the FIA, and the FIA is the governing body to oversee the CDRC Championship Series, which is the first of its kind. So it's really exciting that the Caribbean has come together to form an official event.
Okay. Now, if someone is listening and is very interested in racing, all right, what should they do to become a member of the Grenada Motor Club? How do they become a member?
Well, we usually have a registration period in which we go through, for the persons who are I mean, we slightly have a slight scrutinarian aspect involved, based on if you just want to be a participant, not only just for racing, but actually be a part of the organization, to assist, cheer us on for different things. We usually have throughout the year we have a registration period in which we will put out on social media for persons who are interested, and we'll have a big meeting discussing, the way forward, our goals, aspirations, and what we're generally trying to push for motorsport throughout the island. I always say that the aspect of motorsport is not only about racing. I always like to put it by that point. We have a lot of persons who are involved in engineering, electronics, all of that. It's a very, very, very broad field. That you get persons from that particular area coming into motorsport, because motorsport is a pinnacle of, I should say, all of these things. You understand?
Of the automotive industry.
Of the automotive, well, not only the automotive industry, also to IT and stuff like that. But Mr. Lou is also to what they call a tuner. He's able to change the parameters of a vehicle to give it extra performance. We also have
this little guy.
Yeah.
Okay. That's why they say big things come in small packages.
Yeah.
So let me ask this. When I know that Grenada, there are usually some exchanges, like when you have your events up here, visitors come and participate, and when there are events, Grenadians go down as well. How have our Grenadian
been performing?
Yeah, how have they been performing?
Well, I would say actually, very
not in Grenada, against Trinidad and Guyana.
Well, we actually have Mr. Joshua Lewis. I always like this point out his name, Mr. Joshua Lewis, who performs outside there in Trinidad and Tobago. He competes in their championship events down there, and he has been the champion for 2025 for the what you call the 8 seconds class. You understand? So it's just
that's for this year, right?
For this year.
And last year he was also the champion overall for the competition.
Yeah. Joshua Lewis. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So he's been performing exceptionally well outside of Grenada.
A name that comes to mind every time I talk motorsport is Champ. How is Champ behaving himself now?
Yeah.
He's getting into age and realizing that I don't need to go so fast anymore. Or is he still up there?
Well, in fact, I think he wants to go even faster.
Champ, you have to behave. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's exciting. So it seems like the motor club is growing, and that's good. As a matter of fact, you're really here to promote some events you have coming up, right?
Yes, we are.
Okay, tell us about it.
So, presently, as you say, we have the CDRC event. That is the Caribbean Championship, where we have the qualifiers that is happening. This is officially the event over the weekend is going to be the start of it in Grenada. You know, the drivers has to take part in 3 qualifier events locally, and then the second one is also going to be in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The St. Vincent and the Grenadines Association would have sent free containers to Grenada, so they're traveling to St. Vincent free of cost to compete in that particular event over there. Then the third one is that, and that's going to be on May 1st and May 4th. In St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
So the first one is Grenada.
Second
is St.
Vincent. And then the third one is going to be back in Grenada again on September 28th. September 27th and 28th.
Okay.
Yeah, so that is going to be we have a very active period right now. You know, we also too have foreign vehicles who is going to be coming in here to participate for these particular events. So you know, it also too brings a lot of tourists across to our islands, visitors. People love Grenada. You know, no matter what, they love our island, and you know, it's even when we have these activities, they come, they see what's happening. You know, they see the place, and they come back even off of the automotive racing season to just enjoy.
Yeah, because they come to enjoy the speed, and then they want to come back and take a slow ride around and intertwine. Okay. Something I that caught my eye as the what we call the covers were being run in the background. Mm-hmm. Are there any plans to upgrade the facility that we have now? Because I'm going to use a word, don't get offended, but use it as a motivator. To me, it looks shabby on the TV. Are you taking steps to make it more professional looking and so forth, so that when visitors come, they can get our hospitality and so forth, but when they look at the facility that we have, is the Pearls FL going to be the home of Grenada Motorsports?
Well, that is something we have been working on for the past few years. Actually, you'll be very surprised of how it looks right now. Those are old videos, probably back from February last year. We have done a lot more development in terms of having the area look a lot, you know, to a particular standard. Because based on this event that we have coming in, we have officials from the FIA flying in to make sure that, you know, certain regulations, rules, everything is in place. So we have no choice but to do certain things to make the place look to a particular point.
You know, that's rather shameful on my part, because the Pearls FL is my home ground. That's where I was born and grew up. You know. So, is it a fact that the negotiations are ongoing, and the Pearls is going to be the home for the motorsports?
Well, that's the plan. That has been the plan for a little while. You know, a lot of little bureaucracy is in between it, because there are a lot of persons who have interest in the location for different purposes. You know, but we have been occupying the location for the past 25 years. So it has been a work in progress, in which we intend on more or less securing, a lease arrangement, in which we can, make the sport or make the venue reach its maximum capability.
Okay.
Yeah. So
is there a plan B? Because if peradventure, say, the facility becomes unavailable, is there a plan B?
Well, this is where we have to have discussion with the stakeholders in terms of the government and whatnot to look for the location and another venue. I mean, we it's kind of difficult for people to say, okay, well, this thing is not happening, this thing has no benefits. I mean, once you are involved, I mean, sometimes if you're not, some people not really have the negative narrative about it, but if you're not involved, you will not understand. And this is why we're trying to bring people on to understand, to see the opening of the sport. We are also having go-karts.
Okay.
Go-karting.
Well, go-kart is what really started there.
Yeah. Go-karting is going to be also a part of the whole movement with the organization. So that's the reason why we are trying our best to preserve the venue.
I remembered many years ago when on a Sunday afternoon you'd find Mr. Brave Boy and my good friend from Salisbury Road, Sambo, would come with his little go-karts, and people started gathering around to watch them get around and so forth. But coming back to the facility itself, is it adequate? When I say that, is there sufficient space to do what you need to do to make it of a regional or even international standard?
Yes. So in fact, Pearl's Airstrip is one of the best, I would say, in the whole Caribbean region. And the reason why I say that is it's actually one of the few airstrips that is actually very long. The runway length is adequate, so adequate that we can have the quarter mile run in there 4 times. So one of the reasons why international racers with very fast cars like to come to Grenada is because they can drive their cars very comfortably, knowing that we have the runoff area that is adequate, so they can push their car to the absolute limit without having to fear of running out of room. And I definitely think that it is one of the best tracks in the Caribbean if developed. We're sitting on literally gold. Here we have, I think it can be one of the best facilities in the entire Caribbean if developed.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so give us some, as we wrap, so give us some specifics as to the event that we have coming up this weekend.
Okay. So the event is going to be Saturday and Sunday at Pearl's Airstrip. Official time, we will start on Saturday, which is test and tune and qualifiers. We have at 11 p.m. and we'll right up to 7 p.m. And so on Saturday. Sunday is going to be starting a little bit earlier because we have a packed activity, whereas from 10 p.m. to, I think it's going to be up to about 9 p.m. So
10 a.m.?
Sorry, 10 a.m. to 9 a.m. Yeah. So we have the national anthem. As I said, we have some visitors out of Trinidad and Tobago who's going to be performing as well. So, we have these little activities which will be happening.
Okay. And what's the admission cost?
Admission cost on Saturday is going to be $20. On Sunday is going to be $30.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Anything you thought we left out?
Well, I just want to put it back as it is. This is a growing sport. I think persons should take more heed into understanding what is happening. It's not just about speed. It's about the fact that we are harnessing persons, a younger generation, in the area of automotive, electronics, IT. It has a broad base. It's not just about the mechanical aspect anymore. Whereas we're getting into a technological age, and we also need to run the sport to harness persons to understand.
So Mr. Duncan is the expert in modifying. I have to check you because I want you to do something on my vehicle that I can mix my gas with water and it will work.
Yeah, actually, you're not talking anything far-fetched. In my own car, I do that. I run something called water methanol injection. Which you inject it into your engine. You use less gas, and it lowers the air intake temperature, and it keeps things cool.
Yeah.
And therefore, you're able to make even more power.
And it's efficient as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, this is deeper than I thought, man.
Yeah.
Okay, well, gentlemen, I want to applaud you all for that. I used the word this morning, the stick-to-itiveness.
Yeah.
I mean, in recent times, in years, it's about 2-3 years now that you all have been constant with this and promoting it, and you're satisfied that you're seeing the growth and development of the sport as time progresses.
Yes, we have
very
much so. I mean, the Caribbean right now is the destination to be right now when it comes to auto sport. Yeah, the Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda, even Barbados, Mia Motley, would have endorsed what is happening in regards to motorsport.
Yeah, and don't forget Guyana has made major developments as well.
Well, yeah.
I know Barbados was always big on motorsport, in the early 90s when I was studying there. So, well, gentlemen, Mr. Jeremy Peters and Mr. Llewellyn Duncan and the rest of your team at the Grenada Motor Club, thank you for dropping by, and I wish you all the best. I cannot promise that I'll be in the activities this weekend. I have to consult with my medical practitioner first to ensure that I can go, but I want to wish you all the best, and as you said, the sport is growing, so I expect that there will be a great turnout.
So
all the best.
All right, thank you. And make sure the medical practitioner clears you, because if you do come, you'll be so excited.
That all the ailments will go. Okay. All right. Folks, you heard it. We've been speaking with Mr. Jeremy Peters and Mr. Llewellyn Duncan from the Grenada Motor Club, inviting you to the event this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Remember the admission. On Saturday, it's $20, and Sunday, it's $30. Go on out and enjoy an evening, an afternoon, a day, or 2 days of
action.
Thank you. Folks, we'll take a break. We'll be back after this.
This April 5th and 6th, the Grenada Motor Club will be hosting its first invitational drag racing event for 2025 at Pearls International Speedway. Expect an action-packed weekend from a few of the Caribbean's fastest drag cars. Friday, April 4th, meet and greet at Lavo Lanes. Saturday, April 5th, test and tune and bracket race qualifiers. Sunday, April 6th, drag race finals at Pearls International Speedway. There will be a special guest appearance by one of the Caribbean's top drag racers and a special drip performance by a few of the Caribbean's top drifters. Mark the dates, because April 5th and 6th, Pearls International Speedway is the place to be.
Grenada, get ready for a fantastic opportunity as the Grenada Cultural Foundation presents a logo design competition. So we're asking the general public to submit a creative and impactful logo to identify with the foundation's new brand, using its vision and mission as a guide to become Grenada's premier institute for researching, documenting, and promoting Grenada's culture. Mission to be the gateway to cultural empowerment to Grenada's cultural practitioners. The winning logo will be announced on Wednesday, April 30th, 2025, and the winner will be awarded $1,500. All entries should be forwarded via the following email address: gcfgrenada@gmail.com, and should be received no later than 12 midnight on Tuesday, April 15th.
Need to install or repair your plumbing? We've got you covered. Whether you're setting up a new washing machine, replacing a leaking faucet, or fixing that pesky dripping pipe, the Plumbing Supply Store is your go-to place in Grenada. We offer a wide range of plumbing products to make both new installations and maintenance a breeze. Our shelves are stocked with top quality products, including pressure and waste fittings. And if you've been struggling with blocked drains, have you heard of Melt? This powerful drain-on blocker liquid is a game changer, designed to prevent and clear blockages, making it ideal for hairdressers dealing with clogged wash sinks. We also carry a wide selection of repair kits and replacement parts to bring new life to old plumbing fixtures. Visit us today on the Woodlands Main Road or call 444-1377 for expert advice, top-notch products, and a warm welcome. At the supply store, we do everything plumbing.
How am I supposed to finish cooking like this? I wonder if climate change is behind all these water shortages. Time to think about the future. It's really time to invest in a proper water storage tank, you know. What water tanks you guys have available?
We have 450 gallons for a family of 3, 800 gallons for a family of 5, and 1,000 gallons for a family of 7. Purchasing any of these tanks will ensure that you have enough water stored.
Don't be like me and wait until you're out of water. Be smart. Be prepared. Invest in a proper water storage tank today.
Looking to shop online from your favorite stores like Amazon and Shein? With GPC Global, it's never been easier. Get your very own US address and shop from around the world. With GPC Global, you can order the latest trends and must-have items, all delivered straight to Grenada to your closest post office for your pickup. We offer the cheapest rates, and our service is reliable and quick. No more waiting for weeks for your packages. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Join the Grenada Postal family today and start shopping smarter. Visit us online at www.grenadapostal.com or call us on 437-POST. That's 437-7678. GPC Global, your gateway to the world.
Keeping up with the kids' growth spurts might mean time for a bigger fridge. Don't worry, at Courts, we've got you. Need to upgrade your home? Get new arrivals in dining. Plus, buy more and save more on bedroom sets and get an additional 10% on credit purchases of any bedroom set. Want quality products that provide value at the best prices backed by full warranty? We've got you. Plus, shop today and pay later with Courts Ready Finance. Whatever you need, we've got you. Only at Courts, bringing value home.
Welcome back to the conversation. It's 22 minutes on to 8 o'clock. And this morning I'm joined by my wonderful friends from the Investment Migration Agency. To my immediate right, Miss Colin Purcell, and to her right is Miss Rhea Burke. All right? It's always a pleasure to have my friends with us. This morning we're not talking investment migration per se. We're looking at some of the beneficial rollouts from the program so that they can invest a whole lot in infrastructural development and youth development and so forth. The involvement in Intercall this year. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Kingman, here comes my backup singers for this year.
That's fine. I think we can do that.
Yeah,
we can surely do that.
You all sung that
Don't
moon.
joke.
We go win again.
All right.
Yeah, we go win again. Lovely. So, as I introduced it, it's always important that entities like yourself go back and reinvest what comes in so that my good friend Micah, who is not on the set, can benefit from it. Micah, good morning. All right. Okay, that's Micah Purcell. But nice. A lot of work. I mean, the evidence is clear. A lot of things have happened. There are a number of projects that were implemented because of that agency. So it's been playing its role. But one of the most important one in my thinking is the investment in youth development, and getting involved in almost all athletics meets and sporting activities and other youth activities for the season and throughout the year is commendable. Intercall is no different. If I'm not mistaken, you all are the platinum sponsor for Intercall this year?
The diamond sponsor.
Wow.
We're diamond.
Diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Yeah. Okay, so tell us the involvement with Intercall and sports and athletics and youth in general. Give us a general overview and then we will zero in on the Intercall.
Okay, so I'll just say one piece first and then I'm supposed to take over. So as you were talking about basically the corporate responsibility of companies and whatnot, I feel like IMA is a bit different in that the CBI program is for Grenadians. All of the benefits is for Grenada. And so the sponsorships that we do for youth development is just one of the avenues that Grenadians feel the benefit and that we see and we feel it. So we just wanted to clarify that, when it's like, it's not like any of the benefits is not felt by Grenadians at all. All of it is ushered into Grenada. This is just one of the avenues.
Okay.
Yeah. So as we go into the sports season now, we've been all over, right, Ms. Bussell?
Oh, all over.
All over. We can see IMA. IMA has been at the Virgin Parish Relay Meet. We've had the IMA Relay Meet. We've had so many of the smaller sponsorships as well, and we've also been doing other sponsorships apart from the sports, but it's as we're in sports season, a lot of it has been heavily directed towards sports. And we have Intercall next week. Miss Pussy, you want to take it away?
Well, yeah, that's the Intercall lady. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I'll let her take it away.
Yeah, I am coming there just to see her run a Old Girls race.
I'm hoping they have a sponsor so we can put her in there.
Yeah. Everybody else comes second.
Yeah. I've been training, I have been training, so, I'm always ready. I'm always ready.
Right. Yeah. That's good.
Right. So this year, the truth is, last year, as part of our rebrand initiative, one of the things we took on board was, becoming visible so that persons can actually make a connection with the contributions that the program has been making, the contribution that the program have been making over the years, and so that they can actually connect with it, right? Hence, we've started doing the sponsorships. Because like Ria said, things were happening on the ground, roads being built, bridges, investment into whether it's a lighting of the playing fields, medical centers, monies in the past have been invested in those areas, from the coffers of the NTF. And persons, were not able to make that connection.
Yeah, they couldn't feel it.
They couldn't feel it.
It wasn't intrinsic to
so
them.
we're like, let's take something on board.
They didn't know, so there's that as well.
There's that as well. They didn't know. So we decided to take something on board, that will, persons can connect with. And so we thought about an area that we think would be impactful and lasting. And where else but youth, youth development. So, let's take it from the ground up and let's invest in our young people. So we've, from last year, last year, Intercall was our first sponsorship last year. We were not a diamond sponsor at the time. We were just, like we said, we had just rebranded. And Intercall followed right after by Carifta. Those were our first two sponsorships last year, because our brand launched April 10th last year.
Okay.
So it was just, so Intercall was kind of our first one. And so we've, decided to continue with this. It's an avenue. I mean, everybody have gone to a school. So even the adults that are still youthful at heart are still being impacted by what we're doing for Intercall, So it's an expensive event. We take it for granted. It's 3 days. And, some persons are saying, why they move it from 2 to 3? But the athletes, they need recovery time. They need, it's tough on them.
When you look at the dynamics of the event now, it has grown.
It has grown.
It has really grown.
A lot more events.
Yeah.
So we thought, what a good way for us to come on board, to be involved in something like this. And one of the things, we always look to find ways that could be impactful, just outside of, yes, we contribute, but what can we do inside of what you're doing that can be impactful? What area can be carved out? So this year, we, when the idea came up around the production and wanting to bring this free to the Grenadian public, because there have always been some pushback in terms of pay-per-view, not pay-per-view. And for the last few years, Intercall has been brought pay-per-view. And we're like, what, maybe we can cover that production cost that would allow Grenada, the Grenadian public locally and abroad. I mean, the diaspora, it's really into the Intercall as well. That we thought was the best way to get involved and to now make that available to the to Grenadians. So we decided to come up with the production cost and to support Intercall in that way.
That makes a whole lot of sense, because many people work,
right,
but they're so interested in the games. They might have a neighbor running or a neighbor daughter running, or their son is running, and some bosses are not so, lenient and saying, okay, you could take the day off or take the afternoon off. So they can actually be in touch with the games even while they're at work or while they're at something else that they cannot physically be there. Those are the folks in the diaspora as well. It makes a whole lot of difference. So that's a really, really wise thought.
It really is, yeah. And as we know, Intercall it's a staple event in Grenadian culture, not even just youth culture, Grenadian culture. But one thing we must note also is that they're still encouraging donations to be given, as it will be directed towards the schools, toward the athletes. So yes, it's free. There's no pay-per-view, but they're still encouraging donations so that the students, the athletes, will still feel some of that contribution.
After doing all this investment in the youth, right, there must be an assessment time. Okay, so let's say maybe 5 years from now, 10 years from now, when a cadre of youth would have, gone past the youthful stage in age, but maybe at heart still, and they become adults. From the organization standpoint, what would you like to see that can make you sit back as an organization and say, it was worth it?
I think from where we sit, we would like to see, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, some of those youths that we've invested in or we're investing in now have careers that, we impacted in some way. So say as a result of the Intercall being brought live now, you have more scouts that might be looking on. You may have opportunities arising from this, persons that would have participated in our primary school debates. They're now, budding politicians or lawyers or, the JA that we've invested in, those persons turn out to be great entrepreneurs or, CEOs, that sort of thing. So it's... we're in it for the long run. We know we're not going to see immediate impact because that's not who we are. We're not microwave people. We're slow cook, slow roast. We're in it for the long haul. So ultimately, we're looking 15, 20 years ahead and really trying to see how we can impact the nation now. I mean, there's only so much we can do, but we're trying to get involved in as many things that we can do and not just one-off. Like I said, a lot of the things we get involved in, it requires, there's some element of training involved. We don't just, hand monies over and say, walk away. We would train up the group. So if it's a particular group, we'll train the executive members. We'll provide some sort of support for further development, So it's not just we hand the money over and we walk away. We coach, we encourage. And that's what we started actively doing in the last year and a half or so, and it's something we're going to continue doing because we know we will, Grenada as a whole, will reap the benefits in the next 10, 15, 20 years.
And one of the other things that is very commendable, right? Historically and culturally, you'd find entities supporting things, events, activities, initiatives. Mike, Alexis, and Andre Jerome would like this in tongue. All right, everything in tongue. And we country people are left out. And Mike and Andre, they like this. They like to call me the country boy.
Well, in a sense, I'm a country girl.
We, of course, that's why we special.
So, we had to make sure.
We have to take care of our own.
It's not just town. It's St. Patrick's. It's St. Mark's. Actually, we have a sponsorship coming up in St. Mark's this weekend. It's St. John. It's St. Andrews. It's St. David. It's Carriacou. It's all the parishes in Grenada. We don't just target or accept sponsorships from just this organization or that parish. It's all over Grenada. We try to spread the love, spread the contributions all over the country.
Because I can tell you, I mean, your involvement with the Virgin Parish, the inaugural Virgin Parish Relay Meet, in as much as it wasn't as successful as we anticipated and expected because of some technical mishaps here and there. But afterwards, like the days and the week subsequent to the event, adults were talking, this is something that is going to be big.
And we think so too.
Yeah, it is. And so I say this to say that the involvement is national, and that's what we expect. So at the end of it all, every nook and cranny can say, I've felt the impact of the IMA.
Right. And we just also want to stress it's not just sports as well. So apart from not just St. George and it's all the parishes, it's not just sports, it's culture, it's education, it's so many aspects of youth development and not just sports. I know you see in IMA everywhere sports-wise right now, but we really are tackling, actually coming up, you'll see quite a bit of cultural involvement.
Well, of course, we have a junior Calypso 10 coming up. So,
Maybe, Teacher Eddie, maybe we should be having a conversation, but those are the things we like to get involved in. Especially when the developmental aspects to what's happening. So it's not just the grand show, the grand finale. We like to get involved in the training, the development, the coaching, and that part of it. So we will, support initiatives like that. I mean, chess is another one, something we've to some extent, adopted. Chess. You don't hear a lot because it's not a big group, but it's crucial in terms of critical thinking, and we're looking to get involved with some other academic, as I said, outside of the primary school debates last year, SPIO, and that's put on by the St. Patrick's Youth Organization. We're looking to get involved with some of the other academic type sponsorships as well. So, like I said, so it can be spread along entrepreneurship, academic development, sports, and, because there are so many different avenues for youth to develop and to build and to grow and to build careers and start showing inclinations and affinities, to different areas. So it's just opening, widening, helping to broaden their scope so that they see that there's, potential in different areas and their career paths can go in different ways.
It said it's just a little over a year that you've started, the agency has started doing the sponsorships and so forth. Have you been satisfied with some of the activities and initiatives that you've sponsored so far? You're satisfied and say, that was money well spent?
I think we can say all of it.
Yeah,
because we have such a specific sponsorship guidelines, and it's all directed towards youth development, training, their growth. And so well, at least personally for me, I think it's all have been worth it because it's all been directed to Grenadian youth, the next generation. So
and as Ria speaks about the process and that the assessment that we undertake in determining sponsorships and going on board with sponsorships, that we have a matrix, and one of the areas is impact. In terms of we score a particular sponsorship based on the potential impact, the number of persons, the depth of that particular impact. So those things are looked at from the onset in us saying yes or no to a sponsorship request, so it's not just we pull things out of hats. We have a process, we have a standard by which we use to assess the request, and that therefore we're able to see the impact and to get the benefits, and to be satisfied at the end because we would have done that work up front.
So it's not a case of, this is a big barrel of money, and the barrel is named sponsorship, so just come and get sponsorship. Okay. No. All right. Well, that's wonderful. So we're just about wrapping up time, so I want you once again to blow your trumpet. The IMA, Micah.
Okay, well, we're looking forward to seeing everyone next week at the Intercall Games, day 1 and day 2 as well. We need to show some love at day 1 and day 2. Not everyone tries to come on the day 1 and day 2, but the athletes need the support as well on those first 2 days. So day 1, 2, and 3, we are a Diamond sponsor. You will see IMA all over that stadium. So coming out, also we have in May coming up, we'll be doing another symposium. In a sense, we've been doing these symposiums trying to educate the public.
Yeah.
We have a new policy in place that we'll be edifying the public about, which is really would be empowering local investors. I suppose, I don't know if you want to just give a quick...
Yeah, give us a synopsis on that.
Well, quickly, we'll be coming back to get more into it, but basically it's the legislation has been updated to incorporate or to give local investors the opportunity to enter the market more freely. I think one of the bigger barriers for entry before, in terms of locals becoming developers themselves in the program, they thought it was a little bit too costly to enter in terms of the application fees and some of what's required up front. So we basically the legislation cut those costs by about 70%, So it's now going to become more affordable. We're going to talk through the process, what it entails, and all of that, at that symposium. So that's coming up. That's coming up as well in May. So look out for that. We'll be back, but we, as we get closer to it. But that's coming up as well. So we're trying to, balance between the, the sponsorship, but we're also out there educating the public about the program.
It's really, as we wrap, it's really important that, the education drive continues, because there are still quite a number of people out there who have misconceptions as to what the IMA is all about.
Right.
You still find people saying that they're selling out Grenada and they're selling out Grenada and they're selling out Grenada. So I think with repetition creates learning. If we continue repeating what we say and so forth, it could change the mindset of people so that the Grenada could embrace the entire program.
Yeah.
That's the hope.
Yes.
And that's the journey we're on.
Okay.
Yes.
It's not an easy road, but we're gonna make it.
Yes.
All right.
So, Innocentia, what color will you be wearing next week?
I'm an old McDonald College boy.
So no red and white for Convent Granville? No?
No. I'm McDonald College.
Some red and white next week?
I'll wear red and white socks.
And here what? And the bold green across your back. We HDC girls, we're coming out strong as well.
Did we remember they were taking part, or?
They're actually there.
Oh, we're here, and we're here, and we're gonna come out in full force. We're gonna, and this is what I love about Intercall. You see, I'm sure a lot of this is going on at the workplaces as we speak. There's a lot of this bantering, and it's fun. It's good, and it help encourage the athletes as well. It's good, clean fun.
No, there was a time when it was said that cricket is what united the West Indies. Athletics is what's uniting Grenada now, yeah?
Yes.
Because you're seeing neighbors going to look at their neighbor's child run and being so involved and into it. Keep on doing what you're all doing.
Wait, one more thing. One thing we forgot. How can we even forget this? Vibes champion.
All right.
We've added a new element to the Intercall. Vibes champion. So we're encouraging schools for day 1 and day 2 to come out with your posse. and the school with the most vibes. Actually, on each day, the crew with the most vibes within that school. That you have your little groups. That may probably have a song or two. You come out with your drums, you come out with your chants, right? And every day 1 and day 2, we'll be awarding a cash prize of $250
for the group with the most vibes.
The group with the most vibes.
But even apart from that too, we'll also be having a social media promotion. So one section of it will roll out on Power FM, and then they'll direct you to social media, wherein you get a chance to win a season pass for Intercall. And this is for students, of course.
Okay.
So for the students, look out, you'll be having a chance to win a season pass. So that's day 1, 2, and 3, where you can attend the Intercall games free of charge.
20 of those.
20 of those.
Oh, wow. Ladies, thank you very much, and I look forward to our engagement in the coming weeks as we prepare for that symposium in May.
Yes,
all right.
Yes, and Innocent will see you there as well.
In the symposium?
Yes.
Of course.
Oh, very well, very well. A potential developer there.
Of course, I will be there. Of course. We've got to go. Thank you, ladies.
Oh, it's an awesome pleasure being here.
And Micah. Bye-bye. Bye. All right, lovely. Folks, that's it. We've got to join the BBC. That's the conversation this morning. It's been a pleasure. Those of you who participated by listening and, contemplating what was said, thank you for being there. We take that break. We'll be back after the BBC. Don't you go anywhere.
Get ready, Grenada. The Maggie King of the Grill is back and bigger than ever. On Saturday, June 7th, Monroe's playing field transforms into the ultimate battleground for grill masters. Think you got what it takes? Then fire up those grills and show your skills. Registration closes Friday, April the 11th, so don't miss your chance to compete for that sizzling prize and bragging rights. It's food, fun, and flavor, all powered by Maggie. To register, call 407-8458. Maggie King of the Grill, where flavor rules. See you there.
GBN presents the 2025 Maggie King of the Grill, Saturday, June 7th, Monrouge Plain Field from 11 a.m. Our partners, Maggie, the secret of great flavor, Grenada Distillers Limited, makers of Clark's Court, Grenada's #1 rum, Grenada Paper Products, makers of Cherish, Spring Soft, Hammer Bay, and Super Value Toilet Paper, and Royal, Quick and Easy, and Horizon Paper Towers, Budget Foods Inc., Classic Lighting, and Blue Bubbles PA Rental and Event Supplies. It's the 2025 Maggie King of the Grill. The flavor rules.
This April 5th and 6th, the Grenada Motor Club will be hosting its first invitational drag racing event for 2025 at Pearls International Speedway. Expect an action-packed weekend from a few of the Caribbean's fastest drag cars. Friday, April 4th, meet and greet at Lavo Lanes. Saturday, April 5th, test and tune and bracket race qualifiers. Sunday, April 6th, drag race finals at Pearls International Speedway. There will be a special guest appearance by one of the Caribbean's top drag racers and a special drip performance by a few of the Caribbean's top drifters. Mark the dates because April 5th and 6th, Pearls International Speedway is the place to be.
Coming up on Caribbean Passport TV, it is the Caribbean's newest road running event with a unique twist. Famous landmarks, ocean and eco activities. St. Lucia has it all. What are the don'ts when it comes to posting on social media? Next gen chefs, comfy accommodation. It's all next on this station.
Like a freestyle, the life block flowing mile by mile. It's legacy, a beat that don't stop like Bob Marley said. One love on top, the sewage water out of sight, but it's always wrong. Don't lose the light from factories and wells so deep. future, the answers always flow. Like water running pure, the cycle grows. It renews itself, same drop, same beat. It's all good, man, you got the heat. Water flow. No clean water, no vibes to grow. Protect our water, protect our future.
Time to go.
Hey GBN family, we've got a brand new home on Facebook and you need to be there. Follow us now on Facebook at Grenada Broadcasting Network -GBN. Stay updated with the latest news, sports, entertainment, and everything Grenada. Don't miss out. Like, follow, and share. Grenada Broadcasting Network. Stay